We're in. Hey guys. First time on the live. We got a viewer. Welcome. Welcome to my bathroom with my man here. Hey guys. Welcome in. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Evan Georgopoulos. I am a Baxter of California educator, and I'm excited today because of what we're doing. Hey Jen, how's it going? So today, I'm really excited. This is a cool platform for myself, for our brand, and to be able to just share some grooming tips for men, because that's what I specialize in. Don't mind my toilet paper. Actually, the toilet paper is kind of appropriate. Perfect. So yeah, this is obviously a crazy time right now. I haven't cut hair in a couple weeks. We've been closed down. I own 3 barbershops in the Boston, Massachusetts area, and we closed down on March 14th. So we've been out of commission. I don't know what to do. Where is the outlet of hair cutting? That's what I do. Hey guys, hey Aaron, what's up? What's up, Derek? My whole life I've been cutting hair since I was, 12 years old, 14 years old. And anytime things are great, it's like, go cut hair and it's great. Anytime things are bad, it's like, let's go cut hair and forget about it. There's never been a time when I couldn't do that. So it's really trying. It's like a challenging time. I think there's some beauty in it. There's an optimistic way of looking where, we will come out of this, and I'm excited for it. It's interesting. We're always, and I speak on the hair thing, and there's a lot of times when you're very uncomfortable when you're not doing what you do. I want to cut hair. It's what I'm most comfortable doing. It's my outlet to relationships, friendships. I learn a lot firsthand. Everyone knows, I'm sure most of you are professionals that are jumping in here. And this is really exciting to see some of you. This is really cool. I've been in my house for a couple weeks. I'm going stir crazy, but I think it's okay. It's funny, I live with my sister who's home all the time. She works from home. She's a digital designer. And she's like, just wait until everyone starts going crazy. Wait till everyone goes stir crazy. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I see barbers, being more active on social media. I see stylists, posting a lot of hair tutorials. I see people being very productive. I see people that can't cut hair, I see people that aren't usually in a kitchen, and they're in the kitchen cooking up stuff. People are doing stuff that maybe they didn't have the time to do, or maybe they just, maybe people are doing stuff that they just never had the opportunity to do. And then my sister, who's home all the time, is really stressed. It's like, she's the one going stir crazy. She's the one walking around the house, making weird noises with her, clicking, and I'm like, what's going on? So she's actually really uncomfortable because she's used to being home, and now everyone's home. So it's different for her. So I say these things because I think there's an opportunity to now connect with people on a different level other than hair cutting, other than hair. It's a time to really take a step back and work on ourselves. And right now, everyone should be very in the nicest way possible, everyone should be very selfish right now in doing things for themselves, because all we have is ourselves and other people, and there's such a disconnect right now. There is socially, and you can call up anyone and you can have conversations and still talk about things that you would talk about behind the chair, but we're forced to connect with people on a different level other than haircutting, which is exciting and scary. And I think it's important to kind of be selfish right now and work on those things that you don't usually work on, because someone's going to give you a call. Someone's going to, the time's going to come when things start back up again. And what kind of person are you in that point? What kind of person are you when someone calls and vents to you? And people, it's a time to learn. It's a time to teach. And I think it's important to be selfish right now and focus on yourself. And it's the only time that you can actually do that, to do things that you don't normally do, to make yourself a better person for other people, for the conversations, to have more value behind what you're saying, because you're taking the time to focus on what's really in there, and not by using your hands to cut people's hair, the outlet that we've been using our whole lives. So So I haven't cut hair in, like I said, over a couple weeks. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do this. It should be second nature. It should be riding a bike, so I shouldn't fall over as long as I keep pedaling. So today I'm gonna go through some techniques that you can either use at home, or you can, maybe you're someone at home that's ambitious and wants to try cutting some hair, and you're not a barber. I do educate, and for, you know, in the shop for my guys, we have, you know, 15 employees, barbers, and at the shop's called the Barber's Den. So we cut, I mean, I do some training, a couple of the other guys do some training, and I really focus on like simplifying things, because I want to be able to have that be second nature and make things as simple as possible, so you can bring more value to your client in other ways. You know what I mean? The conversations, educating them on products and basically enhancing their lives in other ways other than just like the hair they put on the head, because I don't think men's cutting is super difficult. I think we overcomplicate it sometimes, and I think people that don't even have much experience cutting can produce like unbelievable work. So I'm going to talk a minute of theory, I guess, and then I'm going to jump right into it. Let's see who's reaching out and saying hello. Mikey Denton is, and we're gonna, after we do this, we're gonna chime in with Baxter, California's Mikey Denton, who's also one of my good friends, and he's gonna be in his bathroom doing his home care regimen, and we're gonna talk some products and tips. We're gonna try and bring value to the professionals, like I said, and also maybe someone at home that wants to either learn some tips about cutting hair or wants to learn more about the Baxter product. So please ask questions. Let's have some fun. Hey guys, hello from everyone. I'm being very careful on my phone because I have this crazy setup that I made. It's impressive. I'm worried about it falling down. Those are cheap mannequin stands and they fell apart and they're no longer mannequin stands. So now they're gonna be live stands. So let's talk some hair. I'm gonna go over how to clean up a haircut to make it last until the next time they come in, or the next time they come in to see you. Basically like a transition cut if someone wants to grow their hair long. This is also going to be a way to, I guess, just simplify hair and make it look good. So this guy is kind of like how everyone looks right now. He's a little overgrown. I'm going to do a taper on him. I'm going to do a taper on one side, I'm going to do a fade on the other side, and I'm going to show you how they're very similar. And how we can simplify them and not make them so scary. Knowledge is power, knowledge is confidence. So when you have knowledge on what you're doing and you know why you're doing it, it's a lot easier to go in and not be scared to make a mistake, right? So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wet them down a little bit just to get some, just to make it a little easier to comb and show you. So I'm gonna do a taper now. Do we have any questions? Anything? The only rule I had today was just to make sure I'm like checking this out. So, hey Summit Salon, what's up guys? What's my favorite Baxter California hair product? I love the clay just because it's so versatile. It's a clay based, it's a beeswax base, and it's just super versatile. I'll actually use some in this haircut. So, Josh, what's up? Hello from Florida, wherever everyone is. How do you control long hair right now if you can't get a haircut? Michelle, cool, let's do it. Some product, how about some product? Because you can't just get out of the shower and plan to go and it's gonna look great. I mean, unless you had like a really good barber who gave you like the best haircut ever and it's gonna last you months. The longer hair is, the easier it is to make it look tame, make it stay clean. When you have short styles that are faded, I mean, people go like a week and then they're like, I need a haircut. It's like all the people that need haircuts right now, it's like, dude, you don't even need a haircut. You just relax, like chill out. So I'm gonna do a taper right now. All right, so he has some overgrown hair. I'm gonna show you the easiest way. Let's not look at the hair as a whole, let's break it down. Because you can't cut it all at once, right? So I made a little arrow. Is this a good spot to be? I think so. I'm gonna lean against my sink. I don't usually cut hair in the kitchen, in the bathroom, but so right now I'm looking at his bone structure, right? I mean, a taper should really only be, I made a little mark, basically in the temple and then down to the top of the ear. We really don't need to focus on anything more than that when we're doing a taper. The taper should just be in the area of the head that starts to come in. So you see my face is, I don't know what shape it is exactly, it's a weird one. But basically on my hair, my taper would ride somewhere in there on that angle. So you see all the hair up here would be full and you can keep that hair. So this is where you need to decide how you're gonna cut that hair. I want to use a clipper or a technique that's going to allow this hair to basically be the foundation for the hair above it, and also be able to go into that length where I can come underneath it and clean it up, go as tight as I want, shave it out down to the skin. So I'm gonna get right into it. I found this little comb in my house. I think it might be not mine, but it's a Sam Villa one, so I kind of like it. It's been a while. So I'm actually gonna do some clipper over comb in here. You could do clipper over comb, you could do like a plastic 2-clip, whatever you want. Get a little toasty. And I'm basically gonna go in this area and clear out. I'm basically gonna like debulk and set myself up so I can come underneath and go as tight as I really want with a taper. Everyone see this good? All right. So I see the top of my ear and my temple, and I'm basically gonna go right to that spot. Like I said, with whatever technique you're gonna use. Right now it's clipper over comb. You can see the angle that I'm at. The important thing is focusing on, your temple and the top of the ear. Seriously. So as you can see, like, it kind of blends right into the overgrown haircut. Once I have that length, I can, if you do a clipper over comb, it usually leaves you around like a 2, so I could come underneath that with with a 2-clip or a 2-blade, or if I really wanted to, I could, if I was having fun, maybe I would just freehand it, but I'm just gonna ride into that hair that I debulked. Okay, so that was my 2. Okay, now I'm actually gonna go tight on this just to maximize what we're doing. I want to see it pop. I want to see some contrast, because I know a lot of hairstylists are focused on making haircuts pop, and they always want to know, like, how do you make it look so good? How do you make it like pop and like really look nice? And it's because you're doing proper fading, but it's because it's placed in the right part of the head, and it complements the bone structure, and it just makes it more suitable. So my 2, I'm gonna switch my combs out here. My 2 was right into this line. You got this, my little arrow that I made, and then the top of the ear. So I'm basically gonna split the difference right now. When I split the difference, I mean I'm gonna, from the bottom of the hairline up to that point, I'm gonna split it somewhere in the middle, and I'm gonna do a 1. If I see a little bulk, I'll then open up my clipper and fade into my 2. Okay, now I have my 1. And if I want to go down to a 0, I just split the difference again and do a 0 halfway. Open it up. I think that's it. I think that was like a 3-step taper. And that's good. Okay, so I would go in there and refine it, but that's an easy way. Maybe you're at home and you got some tools and you want to try and give someone a haircut. Let's simplify things. What do we got for questions? I want to know if to show this to my students. Yeah, this will be available afterwards. Sorry, I'm like sweating right now. Just excited. Cool. Hey guys. All right, cool. So that was my taper. It looks pretty nice. We can make our way to the back. Let's make our way to the back. Now on the back, it's kind of the same thing. So on the side of the head, you have a bone that kind of protrudes right here near your temple. And then in the back, you got your occipital, where it's the most protruding part of the back of the head, right? So it's hard to see right now because this guy is so overgrown, but you can kind of feel for it. Or if you can't feel it and you'd rather just use a comb, you can literally just rest a comb on the back of the head, and like I want to go right into that area, okay? Makes sense. So it's important to know where that comes off the head. Part of giving a good fade and being confident is, having a vision for the haircut and being able to go in and really cut the hair that you want to cut. When you're doing clipper over comb, you want that hair to come out of the clipper, out of the comb. Whatever hair is visible is the hair that you're going to cut and the hair that you're going to remove. So, when would you cut hair wet or dry with the clippers? Interesting. So, I enjoy cutting my transition areas and then the top of my head and then my sides. Before I cut my sides, I usually do like a rough dry with the blow dryer, and I like to use my clippers with dry hair. Having said that, I sometimes will spray it just to dampen, to give it a little weight, just to be able to control it when I'm combing it. Especially with clipper over comb, sometimes hairs are flying away, so you want to have a little bit of weight, and moisture will provide that. I'll also use grooming cream. The Baxter grooming cream, and I feel like it's just like a great aid for to give the hair a little consistency, especially with some curly hair. Curly hair sometimes doesn't comb and it's harder to get clean sectioning, so I think it's important sometimes to get a little product in there, just so you got a little grit, something to work with. Thanks for that question, that was good. Can you do this share over comb? Yeah, sure. The share over comb, yeah, let's do. Let's try. Do you always start longer then go shorter? I like to debulk and then go shorter because it gives you more freedom, and also like if you're gonna put a design in maybe underneath, or maybe like you take out some weight, and when you go in with clippers, maybe you don't need to go as short. You know what I mean? Some hair looks a lot shorter with a different number, so it's interesting that. So I like to debulk and kind of like reevaluate. The whole shape of the haircut is done in your transition area. So I'm gonna get right into like a fade on the other side and show you like a quick way to get long hair down to short hair, because I feel like that's very important. I like to debulk and take out my transition area. By transition area, I mean you got your fade, you got your top, which is usually cut square, and then you got your transition area. This transition area is your foundation for all that weight on top. So this needs to be cut very precise and strong usually, so it acts as like a stronger base, a stronger foundation for your house up here. And then it's also, this transition area is also the shape that your fade is going to go into. So looking at it straight on, your transition area is the most important part of the cut because it is the shape, and it's also the foundation, and it allows hair on top to have more movement. The better, more precise this is cut. I think a lot of problems that people have when they're cutting hair is they want to fade everything from 0 up to 100, and it's really difficult, and it's not suitable, and it's not it's not a strong shape for a men's cut. You're talking about suitability in men's grooming, like this is what people want. They want a haircut that looks great today and it's going to look better in a couple weeks, and they come in, it's like, hey, damn, like maybe let's just do some tapers because this haircut has such good structure and it's shaped well. Any more questions? You guys are too kind. Are you going to skin, Josh? Yeah. You guys are crazy. What time we got? So I got like 10 minutes, and then we're gonna time in with Mikey Denton. So I'll probably, we're actually gonna leave here and we're gonna go onto Instagram in about 10 minutes, and we're gonna chime in with Mikey Denton. And I'll probably like finish the cut while he's, I don't know, he said he's doing a face mask because he didn't want to listen to me, or he needed something to occupy his time while he's listening to me. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna get into it and stop talking so much. Cool. Okay, guys. All right. So let's talk about the transition area, because I think that's just like so important. Anyone can fade. You can pull up a YouTube video, a million of them. Yeah, Michelle, I will style it. Well, Mikey's doing whatever Mikey's gonna do. I'll style his hair. So the transition area is basically whatever doesn't include the top and the sides. So it's basically this whole area. You can put your comb there. You can put your comb at 45 degrees and basically find roughly where you're gonna section it. Oh, shit. Damn. All right. I told you it's been a couple weeks. Okay. Little help? No, I'm just kidding. Thanks. That's funny. Okay. Alright, so he has all this hair right here, right? I want to show you a little trick. Because this is how I'll usually cut the sides. If the hair was short, like if I was going to do a clipper over comb, if I wanted to do the same thing, like a taper on the other side, I might just come into the cut, put my comb there, and literally just chop and establish that debulk, right? So then I could come underneath and clean up underneath. And that would be my taper here. But I'm going to show you like how to do a bald fade. That actually doesn't look terrible, you know what I mean? So you got to establish where you want to debulk, and then you can go underneath and tighten it up as tight as you want, Josh. You can go down to the skin. If I'm going to do a bald fade, I'm going to, see a good angle? Yeah. Okay. So if anyone's cuts on mannequins, you know it's, I'm just making up excuses right now, but it's usually the stand, honestly. I mean, the hair, it's like actually pretty decent, but it's usually the stand that's the issue. But no excuses today. So if I'm going to do a bald fade, I'm basically going to decide how much weight I want to leave. If I want it to be like low and heavy, and I want it to be like a taper almost, I would pull the hair basically down, okay? If I want to make my transition a little bit longer and I don't want it to be so bulky, then I'll basically just elevate the hair a little bit towards my chest, okay? And what this is going to do is just going to slightly like layer it so it's a little softer in here. Or you could also like lift it, elevate it a little bit, and then that'll make it even softer, make it a longer transition. It'll almost make the fade like this. So if you lift the hair up, then the transition would be up here. If you pull it out to your chest, the transition area will come out to here. And then if you pull it straight down, you're basically gonna get like bulk, and you're gonna get it in a full, right? So this first step is the most important. So I'm gonna basically elevate it slightly. And my middle finger is basically like almost resting on the head. Okay, so you can kind of like see that shape. And now I'm going to go underneath with like a 2-clip and ride right into there. Would you razor cut? I wouldn't razor cut in this area. I like razor cutting on like really disheveled haircuts, or on top. It's always nice to have a little texture. What is your end goal? My end goal is I'm just describing, a taper. I did a taper on this side, and I'm showing how those laws kind of apply on this side too. I'm going in and debulking and establishing my where my weight line is going to be, and then I'm going to ride up to that. I'm basically debulking down to a length that I can go into with clippers or share with comb, basically like a comfortable length for myself. And then I can do whatever I want. I have more freedom. Wow, that's awesome. Angie Antonopoulos. His name sounds like mine. Where can I watch this again? I'm not sure. We'll figure it out though. Cool. Yeah, I think there's a deal going on Salon Centric. It's amazing actually. Salon Centric's done a lot. I have a great rep for our shop, and she's like reached out so much, and it's really kind. There's not a whole lot that she can do for me right now as a shop owner. It's still early on in this whole thing, but yeah, it's just great. I'm thankful for the fact that we're all kind of in this together, which is kind of cool, and to have a platform right now to like do a haircut in my bathroom, and I'm not forced to just like, all I've been doing is texting people and talking and checking up on people, and it's been great, but like this is what I do, So you actually can see it's a nice shape. So I'm gonna ride right into that with my 3. So my shape is already set, and it's so important for that shape to be strong. And I don't usually point cut it or if I go in with a clipper right off the get-go, it doesn't cut all the hair. So it doesn't allow this to be strong enough to hold the hair on top. Because if this hair is all textured, all these longer hairs will just fall through. So it's really important to like establish a strong shape. So that's why my transition is the most important thing. Cool. Thanks for repping me, guys. Brian, one of my guys. I got so many awesome guys, and everyone's been so. It's really cool. We got a great team of guys. We got 3 shops, and everyone's just like a family, man. It's cool. We're so far apart, but we all feel like more connected right now. Even though we're cutting hair next to each other every day, it's like we're more connected now. I'm gonna move along here as I transition over to the Instagram. So I'm gonna go on to Salon Centric's Instagram, and then Mikey from Baxter is gonna chime in there, and I'm gonna probably keep cutting while he's in his zone, in his bathroom. Yeah, thanks, Joseph. 20% off the brand through Saturday. Yeah, so jump on to Salon Centric. It's a good time to buy some stuff. Our shop we're gonna do a couple giveaways or a couple packages. We're gonna package some stuff together, and then put it on our site, just to basically keep things moving, keep things relative, connecting with our clients. Because how else can we do it if they're not in our chairs? It's challenging, and it's a brain cramp sometimes because we're just not used to working like this. But this is what we got, so we're gonna make the best of it. Cool. So thanks, guys, for who got something out of this. It's awesome. Even if you picked up one thing, I hope it was of value. And you can always reach out. We're always traveling and doing classes, and Baxter, California is really trying to put more of an emphasis on, I guess not a more emphasis, but just be consistent in the fact that we want to offer and transfer knowledge to basically make you have more value when you're behind the chair, because the haircuts are important. That's what people go home and see in the mirror. But I'm saying now we can focus on that and just being the best version. Thanks, Angie, again. Nathan, this is cool. I'm gonna have to go on live more often. This is fun. Cool. So I'm gonna get off here, jump onto Instagram, and like I said, we're gonna finish the cut. I'm gonna do the fade on this side. I'm gonna do a fade here. I'm gonna tie it into the back, and then I'm gonna style them up. I'm actually gonna show you a very easy way to kind of like transition this length into the fade, and it will just be like 2 steps. I swear to God. And it'll actually make a real quick way to enhance this guy. And I challenge someone that's not a barber, if there's any of you watching, and not a stylist, to try a haircut on like Quarantine Partner or something. Let's see how it comes out. I'd love to see some of that, because then you're gonna have to come to me in a month to fix it. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Love you. Appreciate it. See you over on Instagram. Maybe not.